Hello, everyone. This is Jonathan J. Dog Letterman, and you are tuned in to the Anything Bucket on WRPBI TV. In our studios tonight, we have an esteemed business coach. He's going to help us to raise our business to the next level. Please welcome Dr. Paul Inselman. Dr. Paul, welcome to the Anything Bucket.
Thank you so much. Appreciate being here.
You're welcome. And it's great to have you in the studio, and I'm a big proponent in business of everybody needs a coach.
I agree with you.
I believe in that. I think, you look at the sports teams from youth sports all the way to pro sports, there's the coach. And the coach is usually good for 3, 4, maybe 5 wins a season, depending on how long the season is. And that's the same thing in business. I know a business coach is good for 4 or 5 wins during the week if you listen to their advice. How did you become a business coach, and how long have you been giving consultations and advice to business owners?
That's a great question. It's a kind of long-winded story, but I'll cut it down. I've been a practicing chiropractor for 28 years, and all throughout practice I've had successful practices. I've had business coaches. And as luck would have it, about 15 years ago I hurt myself and I was not able to practice anymore. And life took its turns and dusted myself off. And I had a very unique practice where I practiced something called enzyme replacement nutrition. And it was a specialty. And it was a high-ticket item. And the bottom line, I ended up being headhunted by a coaching firm to coach their doctors on how to build larger practices. So I worked for them. They were all Tony Robbins master trainers and learned my coaching skills there. And I ended up leaving them because I'm entrepreneurial, and quite honestly, I could do it for myself. So I created my own company called Creative Coaching that started to coach chiropractors on how to build larger practices. That then morphed into, hey, can you coach my friend? He has another type of business. Can you coach my wife? Can you coach my child with life coaching? And then that just mushroomed and morphed and morphed, and we ended up creating the Inselman Institute. The Inselman Institute has 3 branches. Branch 1, Creative Coaching, which coaches business owners on how to grow their businesses to higher levels. Inselman Coaching, which coaches healthcare practitioners on how to grow their practices to larger heights. And Dr. Inselman, which is the clinical arm where I still practice enzyme nutrition and see select patients.
And that's amazing. It's, the fact, because as a chiropractor, what made the body heals the body, and listening to your body. And the same thing in business, listening to somebody who's been there, done it, and being put on a path. Especially so many people I see today out there, they want to open the business. They open the business and they think, oh, I'll build it and they will come. Mm-hmm. And then they're not guiding themselves in a way, or getting guidance for the marketing, taking advantage of coming on to a TV show like mine or that. What advice would you give to somebody that's newer to business if they came to you?
Do not live on someday I'll. Someday I'll start to save when I get an extra $500. Someday I'll hire a business coach when I have an extra $1,000. Someday I'll will never come, because your transmission will fall out of your car, life will happen, and someday I'll will suck that extra money that you're going to have out. So the first recommendation I would have for any kind of business owner is make sure that you are not undercapitalized. Undercapitalization is the first and largest reason why businesses go out of business. Number 2, I would recommend that you assemble a really good team. And that team needs to be an accountant, an attorney, a business coach, and a good insurance person.
And that's fantastic advice, because it's so important to have the right people in place. And I see it a lot. We go by the what we call the strip shopping malls. There's little strip shopping centers, and there's a huge Publix, and there's an Italian restaurant opened up. You go in, you talk to him about advertising, talk to him about marketing, talk to him about what's he going to do to promote. And he says, well, I'm just here and I'm going to draw because Publix is here. And 2 months go down and he's out of business. How can somebody avoid that pitfall of undercapitalization? I know there's a large talk in the marketplace now about crowdfunding, private investing. What, again, advice would you give to somebody so that they would not be undercapitalized?
That is a great question. It is about strategy. A strategist will slaughter a tactician every single time. You must utilize strategic-based thinking. You must use strategic-based marketing. And what I mean by that is this. Using your example of the Italian restaurant that opened up and they're going to draw just by virtue of being by Publix. That's tactical based. That's hoping and wishing. You need to create strategy. What strategy means is you need to set separate campaigns that have a beginning, a middle, and an end that are able to be tracked to see what's working, what's not working. You need to have a plan, a game plan of how am I going to acquire my capital? How much capital do I need? And then you go from there.
And talk about acquiring a capital, and once the capital's in place, using it wisely. What are your feelings about utilizing social media to get the word across? Such as coming on a TV show like mine, The Anything Bucket, Facebook, LinkedIn, and all those social media sources as an adjunct to becoming successful.
Anything that is going to add to your brand, anything that is going to give you recognition, as long as it's ethical and legal, I'm all for. So I like social media because it's free, it has a wide distribution, and it's a good media. What we do with our clients is we create campaigns that are all intertwined, that will brand them, that will get them the right buyers to their market, and that will grow their business.
And we want to thank you for being here. And if somebody wanted to connect with you, to use your services, what's the best way they can do that?
Best way is to call us at 1-888-201-0567. That's 1-888-201-0567. Or go to my website at www.creativecoachingllc.net. creativecoachingllc.net.
And again, we want to thank the doctor for being here today and helping us out with our business. And do you have any last-minute thoughts or a positive message you'd like to give the audience?
I just want to thank you for giving me the opportunity of being here. And for those viewers that are watching, don't go it alone. Get help. I teach clients how to get the right coach. You see, if I'm not the right fit for you, I'm okay with that. The objective is to find the right coach. And if you want to get information, I'll teach you how to do that.
And we'll be back with some more guests here on the Anything Bucket, helping you to live a positive life.